I just wanted to tell Bob to take his damn bathrobe off. That's all I wanted to tell him. That damn red bathrobe made me want to just. Good Lord, take off your bathrobe. You're running for your life. Take off the bathrobe. It's red.
That's what
Hello.
makes it great. The whole reason they
Oh,
do this is because they can't glorify white supremacy because people will then look. So they have to really make it as dumb as it actually is. Give the guys dumb names. Give the
but they
make them be a
win in it.
Christmas, the
But they
Christmas
win.
club, all that
I
kind of.
think it's a wonderful breakdown. But this movie, I just went, what is he trying to say? And that scene is what made me go, okay, what is this?
Right.
What is this? This overtly sexual thing. How I got here? Well, let's see. You went against the government, you broke the law, and you killed a guard. Maybe that's how you got there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Cinephiles podcast. I am your co-host Daniel. Joining me as always is Stephen and James. How we doing today?
Pretty good.
Feeling fantastic with my new little duck with the sideways hat.
Nice, gotta love it.
Oh, my Lord.
Awesome. Well, today we're back with our Oscars. We are doing a recent Oscar, a 2025 winner or 2026 winner, excuse me. We are doing One Battle After Another. And so for those of you who are new here, we take Oscar winners and we kind of talk about should they have won, and then kind of determine what then what should have won, and just kind of talk about it a little bit. We don't really go too far into spoilers, so you guys are okay if you haven't necessarily seen it. I would highly recommend you watch it first, obviously, but if you haven't, by all means. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. So this movie was released in September 26, 2025, not
Oh,
long ago at all. Stars in the movie are Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously as Pat Calhoun or Ghetto, Sean Penn as Colonel Stephen Lockjaw, Benicio del Toro as Sergio Saint or Sergeant or whatever Saint Carlos, whatever. Regina Hall as Lady Champagne, Teyana Taylor as Perfidia, Beverly Hills, and then Chase, I think it's Infinity is how you say her last name, as Willa
mm,
Ferguson in her debut.
mm.
Had a budget of 130 to 175 million, and it grossed 212 million. So I mean, it still made money, obviously, but not what we've seen in the past where things make 10
No,
times the amount.
that is not profitable at all.
Yeah, it's a
Caprio's
lot.
budget was 25 million alone.
Oh, it was?
Well, that's his that when I was looking it up, he said his standard fee for 25 million in a movie.
I mean,
Good
honestly,
for him.
I think he deserves it. He was fantastic in this movie.
Oop,
But
oop.
anyway,
Yeah.
so it had 13 nominations, winning six, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Sean Penn, and then Best Achievement in Casting. So it's too early still. We don't have anything as far as it being, in the Library of Congress or whatever. It's nothing like that. Still a little too early for that, but usually that's kind of the next question or the next step. It's not there. So now we're going to have Steven give us a quick summary of the movie, and then we will move forward.
Okay, here we go. Um, One Battle After Another is a chaotic action thriller about Bob Ferguson, a washed up former revolutionary hiding off the grid with his teenage daughter, Willa. Years earlier, Bob and his radical activist group, the French 75, were torn apart by the betrayal of Willa's mother, a black revolutionary named Perfidia Beverly Hills. After she was caught and entered into a sexual relationship with the ruthless military figure Colonel Lockjaw, who is actually Willa's father. 16 years after the betrayal, Lockjaw is invited to join a white supremacist organization named the Christmas Adventurers Club. The only thing standing in his way to be accepted into this club is Willa, which sets into motion Lockjaw using his military power to hunt down both Bob and Willa to race their lives and therefore his relationship with Perfidia, who is in hiding somewhere in Mexico. As father and daughter flee from Lockjaw, the film builds into a violent chase of bloody twists and turns that is ultimately about a flawed father trying to protect his daughter from the wreckage of his past. Ta-da!
Thank you, sir. All right, so now we're going to hop into what was going on during the year 2025, just last year, because we forgot. In January, we had the wildfires erupt in Los Angeles. Also in January, Trump was inaugurated as president. In April, Pope Francis died. In May, we had our first American Pope, Pope Leo,
Yay!
USA, USA.
in honor of our 250th anniversary. No, I was playing. In July, we had the infamous Coldplay concert couple exposed. Although I kind of wonder, like years from now, like if this happened 50 years ago, that wouldn't be on this list. But I felt like it was such a cultural phenomenon; it kind of has to be on this list. More importantly, to most people, Taylor Swift announced her engagement in August, and that's a big deal. In September, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. In October, P. Diddy is sentenced to 50 months in prison. No comment. And in November, the last penny is minted in the United States.
Well, horrible.
They say there's about 250 billion pennies in circulation right now.
I just have to say that when Taylor Swift was here in town for the whatever Eras tour, I was going down to meet a friend of mine to see her show in the Burbs. So I'm taking the train. It's like Saturday, and there's all these young girls in these like sparkly dresses with cowboy boots on. I mean, everybody, every young woman I saw with like crazy hats, and I was like, I walked up to them and I said, "Hey, love at your outfit, love what you're wearing, but what's the occasion?" And they looked at me as if I had five heads and said, "Oh, Taylor Swift, of course." Like, oh, okay, I'm officially old. Thank you very much. But it was the Taylor Swift that killed me. So anyway, that made me laugh.
All right,
Oh, you
God,
are old.
so understand. It's
all
Taylor
right.
Swift.
We're gonna move on to the fun facts now. So, fellas, give me some fun facts.
You go, James, because mine are kind of well, whatever. Go ahead.
I don't have a whole lot because it's a newer movie, so it's
Hmm.
kind of hard.
Haven't come out
So,
yet.
but I mean, the scandals of the movie hasn't come out yet. So, some notable filming locations. The exterior mansion of the Christmas Adventure Club, which is freaking hysterical.
Right.
Um, meets with the home of was at the home of Ronald Reagan in Sacramento when he was governor. So that was the filming location for that.
Oh, it is a real
And then
Christmas club. Yeah.
yeah, and then the Aute I don't know, Mesa Detention Center,
It's a real
depicted in
place.
the opening sequence, is a real place and is currently operated by ICE right now. It has detainees, but they actually filmed at a real place, which I was kind of surprised. Like,
Yeah.
how did they pull that off?
Yeah,
Well,
really.
That
they
doesn't
got
make any sense
130
to me.
million. That was the other 100 million to get him in the door.
Well,
So they only had 5 million for actual budget.
Exactly.
the fun facts that
That's why it's so much running.
well, the fun facts that I read made me go, "What?" Because I read that although the film is overtly political, yeah, yeah, it is. It's not specific in its time or place, or which administration is calling the shots. This was deliberate on the part of Paul Thomas Anderson, as he felt that overt politics would only date the film. Overt politics? I mean, that's all this movie is overt politics. It just killed
Well,
me.
it did take 20 years to write.
And that's the other thing. It
Mm.
took him 20 years to write the script. It could have taken me 20 minutes with these names, Perfidia, Beverly Hills. I mean, the names in this movie just made me go, is this like a Bond movie or something? Like, what is this? And it
I
wasn't
love
played.
Bond.
I do too, but it wasn't played to this extent to make it next to camp. It was so real. So I was like, is this supposed to be funny? Because it's not funny to me. and it was so overtly political. We'll get into this, but it was so overtly political. Just reading that, I was like, you don't think this is overtly political, really? Like to have these rebels who are so out there, who are saying they're against something that actually is in the film. They're against this sort of white, nationalist world that actually exists. So it just made me go, what is this film trying to say? And what is this film trying to do? So we'll get into that more, I guess. But those two little quotes made me go, it took you 20 years to write this? Really? I'm like, my God.
Look, I'll take original script all day as opposed to a remake.
Well, there you go.
Sequels. Like we have enough sequels this year.
I actually have a good one. I was telling James earlier, but my favorite scene in the movie is the chase scene. Which one? But the car scene where they're going up and down, and that was totally not intentional originally. The director, was it Paul Thomas, what his name is, was just out there with his iPhone one day driving and said this would be a great location because he was like playing around with his phone and realized that you could zoom in and not see the person until he went over the hill. And so they decided to film it. He had no intention of doing it. It was just like really random, basically.
That's what should happen. It was a great moment.
So yeah, it was really cool.
Another random moment that I think kind of was like upped it up was Perfidia's distinct one false eyelash. So it was created by the makeup star because they only had one eyelash, so they put it on there just for like screen testing, and apparently they loved it so much that they decided to keep it in. So she had to have one eyelash.
I didn't even notice it.
I
didn't notice it too that well until I
like
had
one full eyelash or just one individual.
One fake,
like one of the fake fake eyelash that they put
I never
on.
noticed it. I was too busy looking at her belly shooting over an AK-47.
I mean, that was awesome.
That was an awesome scene. I don't care.
I didn't realize it until I rewatched part of it today to like oh, fun fact, I got to rewatch that part to see.
Yeah,
but
was it after our talk today?
yes.
Because that scene was awesome. I was like, this is sweet.
All right, I had to rewatch it.
Let's dive into it. So this is the movie that only James had seen so far. So I guess we'll kind of give our initial thoughts. I'll go first. I was excited to watch this one because I did the summary of it for our Oscars. I didn't watch it, but I did like the summary of it, so I kind of knew the premise of it, and I was excited to see it. Like, I'm not a big Leo fan, but I was definitely excited to see it still, just because like from what some of the movies that we had to watch for the Oscars, I was happy that we got something a little bit newer, and I mean, I don't know, I just kind of want a change of pace, so I was kind of looking forward to it. What about you, Stephen?
I knew nothing about it other than here's how much I disliked the poster. Because after your explanation, I thought I kind of knew what was going on. Then I see the poster again, and I'm like, "Is this a Western?"
Yeah, exactly. Like it was exactly like a Western.
So, like, I'm like, so what am I about to walk into here? I really didn't know. And even though you had this entire background, like you told us a summary of it for our Oscar show, so I was like, what am I gonna? What the hell is?
No, it totally looks like a Western poster, 100%.
You know that maybe that. So I was completely like, okay, what am I going to see here? What's going to happen? So,
James, what about you for a second watch?
I was like,
or maybe third. I don't know.
No, this is actually my third watch. Never mind. Saw it once in the movies, once for the Oscar when we did our Oscar show, and then this is the third time. I was thinking, okay, this is a solid movie. Gonna be enjoyable to watch.
At least it's not like Samurai.
No. But I do think the Western tieback was intentional. Like this is like a modern day Western, which I think was intentional.
Maybe, but it confused me.
Yeah, no, it confused me too. I didn't know where we were going with it. It was definitely
you want to be confused. You should have watched Begonia. That was confusing.
Yeah, even the colors on the even the colors on the poster are a throwback to like Not All Quiet. Once Upon a Time in the West or whatever. Like that's like
I got Unbreakable.
I just wanted to tell Bob to take his damn bathrobe off. That's all I wanted to tell him. That damn red bathrobe made me want to just, good Lord, take off your bathrobe. You're running for your life. Take off the bathrobe. It's red.
That's what makes it great.
Oh, it was so.
But anyway, let's hop into it. Let's talk about the that very awkward opening scene where
That's part of the opening scene.
yeah, well the one where Lockjaw and Perfidia meet each other for the first time.
I thought that was so. Here, I love Paul Thomas Anderson for Boogie Nights. I think it's one of the best films that's ever been made. I think it's a wonderful breakdown. But this movie, I just went, what is he trying to say? And that scene is what made me go, okay, what is this?
Right.
What is this? This overtly sexual thing. She's trying to humiliate him. Okay, I get it. He gets off on it. Okay, I get it. I'm just so sick to death of watching modern television or movies where it has to be overtly sexual. It
Yeah.
makes me want to hurl. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't need to see it for a gay movie or a straight movie. I just go, I don't need, can we just move the plot along? I don't need to see the sex. I know in Casablanca, when they get together in
Hmm.
Rick's office, they've had sex. I know they have. I know because they're sitting on a couch. That's all I need. I don't need to
Right.
see him going down on her. You know what I mean? And it just makes me go, where are we so hyper, invested in seeing the sex these days? It just makes me crazy. I'm sure other people will completely disagree with this,
No,
but that's when I started going, what is this movie?
I was
You know,
yeah.
that's when I went, okay, what are you trying to
I would
say
have
here?
turned probably if we weren't doing this thing, I probably would have turned it off because I don't like
Yeah,
stuff like that. Not
I
because
agree.
like, but to me, it's like it's out of place. He's only doing it just to get the shock factor.
Just shock.
There's no
There
other
we
reason.
go.
I get the humiliation part, but there's plenty of other ways to humiliate somebody. Make him piss himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's plenty of other ways to humiliate a man. You know, although it is there is a funny joke somewhere there about Sean Penn and Little Penn. You know, Penn S. There's a joke in there. You know, so he was maybe James he deserves your Ducky Award because
But he gets
he
off on it. Like it's like oh come on, really,
It's like it's
really.
like it's like the joke. Joke's on you. I'm into it. Um,
yeah.
like no, but
Maybe,
like, come on,
maybe.
everyone. Let's be real. Sex sells. Like, if you look at like the British Sun,
Yeah, but
like
it's not even like attractive people. It's
I
like
know
it's
it's the
lockjaw, like
curiosity. It's
brother.
the
And again,
curiosity
and
of it.
again, the names of this movie,
His name was just Jaw before he met me. You know what I mean?
Lockjaw.
It's like,
Even the ones that are
bruh,
supposed to be real, Colonel Lockjaw. Jungle put things out here. I don't know,
that was
but
hilarious.
I mean, and 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 and, and the braveness with which they sort of did their jobs and were so sort of, yeah, I am the new world and I am, look at me and I'm gonna mess you up. It made me just made me applaud in the bank scene when something messed up, and then
Yeah,
they ran for their lives. I was like, yeah, this is what happens when you go when
because
you
they had to
break
shoot that
a
they had to shoot
law.
that officer or whatever. Yeah.
It just I have so many feelings about this movie. But
See,
anyway,
I
go
like
ahead.
the names because it lets you remember them easier. I think that's the whole point of it is that it's so crazy that it helps you remember the names better. That's just my opinion. And the fact that
Also,
like
they're an underground movement.
right,
Like,
and the
you don't
fact
use your
so
real
the real
name.
name, and the fact that like Leo's name becomes like what Bob the Destroyer. What was his name? Bob the what do they call him? Not Destroyer, but
Bob.
Bob the
Oh,
like whatever they the term. It's like
well,
it's just
yeah.
hilarious. There's like all these
But
crazy names, and there's just Bob.
the Christmas Adventurers Club,
Well,
really?
that's
That
well,
is
they're
funny.
it's a tongue in cheek, so they're definitely doing this to make fun of white
It,
supremacy
it
because
wasn't, but it wasn't so. Hail Saint Nick.
that's
What?
why they're doing it to make fun of white supremacists like Hell Satan.
But it never made me laugh.
Oh, it made me cackle like
It
crazy.
Oh,
never
I
made
was
me
laughing.
laugh.
That is
I,
such a funny scene. Hell
I
I
think might
say
be.
Nick. Like it's just that's hilarious.
But they didn't play. To me, they didn't play it like that. It was
Oh, that's
never
so
played.
funny. I love
Oh,
it.
I laughed my
I
butt
didn't
Yeah,
off.
I
find
do
it.
too. And I love
I
the
didn't.
fact it's called but I think the whole reason they do this is because they can't glorify white supremacy because people will then look so they have to really make it as dumb as it actually is. Give the guys dumb names, give the
But they
make them be
win in the end.
the
They
Christmas
win.
club, all
They
that kind
do
of
get
stuff.
rid of Lockjaw in the end. You know what I'm saying? So they do win. So how can you say you're not glorifying it when they win in the end?
Because they're not really glorifying because I mean they make it shows how dumb they are, like how stupid
Yeah,
they are
I
with their
guess.
names and all that kind of stuff.
But even the other people have stupid names. So
They
like,
don't really, I mean, they don't really win. They don't take over anything. Like, I don't know. I mean, because like he basically still technically he still kind of humiliated himself by going back, even though he know they shot him in the face.
But that,
So maybe
but
that's his whole humiliate. That was God. That, with him with that thing up there.
Like,
Anyway,
why would you do that? Like, why would you go back? Like, they tried to go for you once. Like, why are you
again,
going
I
back?
think that's part of maybe the humiliation tactic.
I think I'd be
Is
straight for that role. What do you think?
God. But anyway, so that
would
was
have
kind of
been
my next thing
funny.
was like the Christmas Adventure Club. How funny that was. Like that
I
to
just
me is hilarious.
I find it so stupid.
Knock, jingle bells. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
and that was beautiful too. The dee, dee, dee. Yeah, it was perfect.
I just again, I don't know what. Maybe I was watching it in a different context, but I didn't find that fun. I didn't think it was played to be funny or it was filmed to be funny. I
Oh, it
just
Oh,
was
this movie is
100% filmed.
hilarious, Steven. This movie is one of the funniest movies I've seen all year.
never laughed once. Never
But see,
laughed
I
once.
think that's an age difference
Yeah. I think the
How
humor's different.
because our humor is different because we laugh at people getting kicked in the balls, and your generation probably doesn't. You know what I mean? Like we find stuff funny. We just do. I mean, look at TikTok. We find stuff funny that you would never find funny, probably.
I take offense to that, quite frankly. I think that we all find things that are physical humor funny.
Okay,
You know,
okay. Sorry, that was a bad example, but I'm just saying, like the example still is like we find like memes funny and that kind of stuff, and doesn't always like my generation before me or after me finds 6, 7 funny. I don't find it funny, but they do for some reason.
Yeah, I don't understand
So
that
it's
one. And
just,
then
so
I
it's like it's
realized
just a
I'm old.
generational thing. I mean, that's what it is. Like you can get offended all you want, but that's all it is. Like it's
but
just a
Paul Thomas Anderson
just
is my age or older, so that's why I don't go. Okay, was he making this film for younger people? I mean, I don't think the style for me lended itself to humor. If y'all think it was funny, that's great. I
so
didn't
you
get
tell
it.
me the final scene with him not knowing how to take a picture was not funny?
How
That's my
about that?
favorite scene in the entire movie. Like
So,
taking 7 pictures of the ceiling. Like that's my dad.
And again,
like,
it's here's dumb old people who don't know how to use technology. Funny.
But it's a reality. You can get mad all you want to, but it's a
no, no.
reality.
So here's the actual reality of that. This made me funny. I forgot to bring this up in the fun facts. But Leonardo DiCaprio in like
It
2014,
did that.
2013, he did that because he didn't understand it. So like, he was making fun of himself in it.
And he's
Like,
only like in
that
his
is such
30s
a,
then. Like he's not, or maybe early 40s. So it's not even like he's a true old man.
yeah. And we all know he dates young, so he has somebody to show.
God, that scene was so realistic. He turned out to be a good dad in my opinion, but that was such a good scene because I can't tell you the number of times I've had to help my stepdad and stepmom, or my stepdad and my mom work on their TV or work on their iPad. Like it's so real. And you go to the thing and there's 37 pictures. You're like, why is there 37 photos of your forehead? Like, it's the truth. I mean, Steven, you've told me before your dad calls texting, emailing. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, so like it's just a reality. It's a stereotype, but it's true.
I maybe I'm a little sensitive to it, but it just gets a little old. It's the same old jokes to me. I don't find it funny. Plus, I think by this time in the movie, I was like, nothing's going to be funny to me in this movie. Like nothing could
Mhm.
be funny because I was so ready for this freaking movie to be over.
Mm.
I was like, let's just get to the end. And I need we need to talk about the letter at some point because the letter made me go, "Wah, Perfidia's letter."
Mm.
I mean, if that's on your list, let me know. But
No, it's not.
the whole, how did I get here?
We can
How
talk
did you
about it
get?
now if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she said, how did I get here? I always wondered how I got here. Well, let's see. You went against the government, you broke the law, and you killed a guard. Maybe that's how you got there. I was like,
Okay.
you really have. That's how we're gonna talk. Oh, I don't know how I got here. Well, you were an evil person who broke the law. Hello. I mean, we're trying to sort of sympathize with her, but you broke the law. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you killed a guard, and then you
You
ran.
guys, you guys remember why I had such a problem with The Last Emperor? Where we were talking about why I can't separate this from my actual head. It was kind of a propaganda piece. That's
Mm-hmm.
her perspective. The letter is her perspective. Like,
You're right.
that's
You're
her
right.
trying to make herself feel better about it.
From sure,
Does
you're
she
right.
know what she did?
You're
It's her
exactly
making
right.
herself feel better, and we're looking at it through her lens. You have to.
Mhm.
This movie
You're
is
exactly. I will totally agree with you.
all about looking through different lenses, which I think is really effective. We get
Mhm.
like we get the French 75, great drink by the way. But you get Leonardo DiCaprio saying who basically we see it through his lens. It's like, oh my God, how ridiculous about all this code is. Let me get your manager. He
Yeah.
pulled a
I
Karen.
love it.
And
I
then you
love
and then
seeing
you
like that's hilarious. That part was so funny. Was like, I don't remember what the
give me your
time is.
manager.
Let's speak to
Yeah.
your manager.
This is a freaking war here. Like, how dare you apologize to
And
this
then
man?
the
Like,
question was, "What's your favorite kind of?" I can't say it, but and he's like
yeah.
hairless Latinas, and it's like that cracked me up.
Like, so like this movie is like you're juggling different lenses. You're looking at the little girl's lenses. Like, why was she forbidden to have a cell phone? Because it's a
Mhm.
tracking device. Like, so you're seeing like from the teenager's perspective. You're seeing it from Leonardo DiCaprio's perspective. You're seeing it from all
I
these different perspectives.
I see. I
And
totally get your point.
some of these perspectives I think are completely I don't agree with.
Yeah,
However, it's just how the movie's set up.
Yeah, but as a person watching this movie who was like, okay, who am I supposed to side with here? I side with maybe Willa.
I think that's the
That's about
point.
it. But to hear her say, "How did I get here?" I just want to go, "Oh, you
I also
dumb,
think
dumb."
maybe she was. I took it as she was referring to how did I get here by abandoning you and
Yeah,
having an illegitimate
you
child
abandoned your
with.
child. I mean, yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that's how I took it, not so much like why I'm on the road, but I took it more as like I had a
you made
kid with someone
horrible,
that I
horrible
hated.
decisions.
You
That's
know
what
what
I
I
feel.
mean?
You made
Like,
horrible decisions, and now you're stuck with them. So I just
and then ratted
I
everybody
was
out.
watching a very different movie. I was watching a very and ratted everybody out. Exactly.
Yeah, no, I didn't have sympathy for her at all. I honestly, I didn't have
No, no
sympathy
one
for
did.
anybody. I think that's the whole point of the movie. There's nobody I really felt sorry for.
Maybe the sensei, he was pretty good, and we don't find out what happened to him.
Yeah, true. He just goes in the hole, and you're like,
Oh,
okay.
Sensei. Ah, Sensei. Long live the Sensei.
um, so let's talk about my favorite character. Let's talk about Sean Penn. This is the weirdest character I've ever seen him play. Now, to be fair, I've only seen him play like two other characters, but dude, I
What?
thought he
Here's what you should
totally.
do. You should watch this, and now watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and then watch Milk.
I've seen Milk.
Three completely
Yeah,
different.
I've seen Milk, and then I've seen like part of Mystic River, so I kind of know. But like, I had no idea that he had this in his bag. Like, I
I know.
am so impressed with him. Like, down to his haircut and his stupid little walk that he did. Like, his walk was hilarious. I hope that that wasn't in the movie and that was just him like just doing it one day. God, I hope we find out
His
one
legs
day.
are so open when he sits down.
It's
Like, look
hilarious.
at my penis. You know what I mean? It was so crazy.
Man spreader. No, but like what we've learned is Sean Penn has lots of range. But like that haircut, like I'm like, that is the stupidest haircut on the planet. Like it's like just shave it off, man. Your hair's thinning, just shave it off. Go like at least be Lex Luthor or something. Like, but I know that
Oh,
was
it
the
was
point. The hair is
perfect. I
ridiculous.
loved it. I
That
think it
is
was
that is
so
that
perfect for
is
his character.
what is it? What is it? He says in Parks and Rec, there are three acceptable haircuts: high and tight, crew cut, buzz cut. Are the scissors broken in your house, son? And that's to me is with Lockjaw. It's like, okay,
Right?
high and tight, crew cut, buzz cut.
Well, I
That's
think
it.
he had the I think he had the buzz on side 'cause he was in the military. I have a feeling he might have been a little bit long haired back in the day. But and even like whenever the scene whenever he like, gets shot and then comes back and he has his little lip like and then he sits in the chair and just lays his chair and then just like it was. I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was the most interesting character in a film full of interesting characters. I could not stop watching him. I fully think he deserved to win the Oscar nomination
I
for
do
Best
too.
Supporting
I will give
Actor.
you that. I really enjoyed
It
his
was so
performance.
Oh,
good. Like, and I haven't seen everybody else, so I can't. Maybe that's premature, but I
I
really
have.
thought he was a
I would
great
agree with you.
villain. Okay, thanks, James. I appreciate that.
I
As
agree.
someone who's
Like
seen
best
them
supporting
all,
actor. I Sinners, like, no, doesn't deserve best supporting actor. I will say that. But Sean Penn definitely deserves it because he was phenomenal. Like he definitely had the best acting ability in this whole thing.
so
Like,
good.
I've never wanted to be like, oh my god, I hate you so much. Like,
Like he makes the
oh
Tiger King look normal, and that's saying
yes.
something. At Carol Baskins, and that's saying something.
Gonna ruin me
Well,
financially. It's gonna ruin me.
Yes, yeah,
I mean, after he joined the Christmas Adventure Club, he never financially recovered.
yeah. He didn't. You're right.
Y'all
Did you
know that
guys?
joke? Do you know that old joke about the the girl? the boy with has a wooden eye and he goes to the dance and he's really self-conscious about it. And he sees this girl across the room and she has a hair lip and he goes up and asks her to dance. Would you like to dance? And she goes, would I? Would I? And he goes, hair lip, hair lip.
That's funny. That's funny.
Uh,
Yes, yo, like as
That's
you as
all
a
I could
kid,
think
yeah.
of was hair lip, hair
That's
lip.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
Would
Uh,
I?
did,
Would I?
did you guys like Leo's performance?
Eh,
I
I
thought
thought it was good, but I thought, mm,
I thought he plays a man strung out of like vein. I think he played somebody who was like who was high and drunk the entire time. Like did a good job with it. Like it was hysterical. Like I think he did it well in that stupid robe that he just wore going everywhere.
hate the
I
road.
like
I
Oh,
kind of
and
wonder
then
maybe if he
like
just told people he wasn't taking it off, and that was part of the, you know what I mean? It's like
oh my God.
like he like it was like it was like what he wore in his trailer. It's like, nah, I'm good. I
basically,
only
it's
got
what I
20
feel
million for
like.
this
Yeah.
movie, so you're only getting like you're not getting to tell me what to wear. But like when he's like juggling, like trying to put the gun down over the fence, like his face was just perfect on it. So like he did have some great moments.
Or
Now
like what?
I don't think
Where is? I can't remember where it's at, but at one point, like he knocks the curtains down and trying to put them back up. Like
Yeah, when
it's
oh
they
yeah,
just
that was
stuff.
at the sensei.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah. It's just, or
I'm
like
sorry.
or when he runs in and he's like, "All you have is nunchucks. You don't have any guns." Like that was so funny. Like I just thought that was great. What about you, Steven?
Oh,
I thought it was a great performance, but again, I just never laughed. I never laughed at one point in this movie. Maybe I watched a different movie, but again, maybe it also is because once we had the "Get It Hard for Me" scene, I went, "What the hell am I going to watch now for the next 2.5 hours?" So I was just like, I mean, I had to
see,
watch it in shifts because I was okay. I've had enough of this right now. So maybe I didn't
I
get the humor, but again, yeah, that's humorous. When you say it back to me, it's humorous. In the moment, I didn't think a thing
But I
was. I
thought
mean,
Leo, like, and I'm not a big Leo fan at all. I don't.
I'm not either, but I
I
think he
think
did a
he's
great job.
very overrated. But I thought he played a really great.
Yeah,
Honestly, this and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood have been two of my favorite movies that he's done, and they're older. I think one thing, and this is what James was telling you earlier. I think I want to give him credit because he's always known as like the hot guy, and the fact that he's not playing the hot guys anymore, like to me that shows his range. He
mm-hmm.
plays like the mid 40s dad who doesn't care about himself, wears a robe the entire time. I thought he did that fantastic as opposed to the suave, Ocean's 11 style that he was. You know what I mean? I thought he,
and,
oh, but
You know,
there's not Ocean's 11, but I'm just saying, like I thought he was fantastic, just being a
he did
bum.
mention in one of the fun facts is he mentioned that he was approached to play Dirk Diggler in
Really?
in in Boogie Nights and turned it down to do Titanic. And
Oh,
when he
smart.
finally saw Boogie Nights, he regretted it
Wow.
and said this is one of the best movies of my generation, and I turned it down.
Yeah,
So
but
he was
Titanic
very
made him
happy.
a millionaire.
Well, there you go.
That was his first big hit, right? Titanic?
Well, he
yeah,
had some other
Because
really
he was
good
like
like
16, right? Oh, I don't know.
What's
He was
Eating
like
Gilbert
18, yeah.
Grape. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? He did a lot of other movies before that.
But that was his
that was
first
his
big
first
hit, though.
So
mega hit.
move over. Hey, move over on the door so so Leo can sit down. For God's sake, he's gonna freeze. You know.
Mythbusters proved it.
Yeah.
Both of them could fit on the door.
But no, I thought he was great in this movie. I I don't think he was nominated for best actor, but I feel like he maybe should have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he should have won, but I do
It's
think
Joey
he should
first
have been
bet.
nominated.
Come
I
on.
enjoyed it.
Michael
Anyway,
B. Jordan.
yeah, do you guys have any final thoughts on Leo before we move on?
No.
I look forward to this. I feel like I look forward to this Leo era to see
Yeah,
him
it's
being like a
interesting.
slob because you don't have to worry about him being like he's no longer needs to worry about being put together.
Because what's the
He can
guy's
just be a
name?
lazy
Oh,
slob.
because like it is interesting to see him, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon all age. And like Brad Pitt was at F1 last year. That's the ones I did see. So it's just neat to kind of see them kind of transition into that part of their life, whereas like Tom Cruise can't give it up and still thinks he's 25. It's like, well, that's part of the Scientology that he has. That's why he's got L. Ron Hubbard on the side. That's why he's able to do it all. But I do
That's
want to talk about the chase scene because as I mentioned earlier, my fun fact, if I just saw this in a movie theater, I would have been car sick. I get car sick very easy. And when they were going up and down, I was blown away, which sounds pathetic because it's just a car chase scene, but it was something I'd never seen before. I thought that was the coolest scene ever. And it was so intense. The music was fantastic. I just thought it was great during this time when they're going up and down. Like I just loved it. What did you guys
I
think
get,
about that scene?
well, he compared it to the French Connection, Bullet,
Yeah.
Seven Ups, The Vanishing Point, and I
Definitely the
thought,
French Connection for sure.
yeah, but I was like, the French Connection seems to be more desperate,
Fair
more
enough.
more scary, more what's going to happen. And this is just a bunch of cars going over a hill, which I never felt the same intensity
See, I
until
did
I.
because I wasn't sure if they were going to and then like at the end, I didn't know if she was going to shoot him because he didn't know the code or whatever.
No,
Thankfully, he had the
the,
the
her
whatever.
stopping when I went, okay, now it's going to get somewhere.
That
Now we're going.
was so smart of her to stop and wait for that guy to ram her. Now you kind of feel bad if he was just like a random guy who showed up and then the person's
Those
like
features,
asking all these questions like what what time what do you mean what time is it? I don't know like yeah, or whatever the question was like it's like
hillbillies in Hooterville and everything
yeah
else.
James, what do you think about the scene as
Well, I
someone who saw
thought
it in
for
theaters?
seeing it, I think I saw it in Dolby, which was fantastic. And then watching them go up and down in the theaters was really cool, and like having been completely surrounded by sound.
Mm.
Um, so that was awesome. But I do like that it was foreshadowing going up and down when she was going to slam on the brake. I saw that coming when I first saw it. I was like, oh, she's going to do something with the hills.
Yeah.
Um, but like my favorite part is like when he's trying to get to that and he just pulls around and just starts yelling at the fruit stand people. I like, where do they go? Like,
I mean,
and with me with my rudimentary Spanish,
that's all.
like I love that part.
But
That
again, that's
cracked
why
me
I
up.
love his character because he's so frantic, and even like back whenever he's with the dojo guy or whatever, and he's like trying to push him out the window, and he's like yeah, he's trying to tell him now it's time to jump, and he won't jump, and he has to push him out to get him to whenever he gets busted drinking the beer or whatever.
I just, when you said he, because of like that, just made me think about why his performance, I think, is good because he doesn't act like someone who has it all together. He
Mm.
is just waiting it and is frantically trying to get to his daughter. Like, he's not like, oh, I know what to do in this situation. No, he is just waiting it, trying to charge his phone. So, like, I think
Oh, that was
like he's
hilarious! I forgot about
more
that.
like,
I forgot about the charging the phone scenes.
like, come on, we got to the next place. He's like, ah.
Buy a
Like,
power
so I
brick.
think so it's not like some extraordinary human doing this. This is just like some average Joe, and like, come on, this is what's really gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that I appreciate that his daughter is his everything, and that he kind of becomes like a normal dad around her. Like she's what keeps him kind of normal. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, obviously he still does like weed around her and stuff, but like him grilling the boyfriend, not boyfriend, but the friend who comes to the door and like you
Oh,
better
that
have
was
like
hilarious.
that
Oh,
kind of stuff. Like
can we just talk about who's the one kid that breaks? The queer. The queer is the one that breaks and gives them number away. Thanks a lot, Paul Thomas Anderson. The one
I
that
didn't even think of it like
he's
that.
against your people, Steve.
really,
Oh,
really,
in
the queer, the one
2026,
that
all this hate for your people.
really. I was like, oh my
Did you
god.
guys feel like this felt like a Quentin Tarantino movie?
You just hit the nail on the head. I don't like Tarantino movies. I think they're violent for violence sake. I
Yeah,
think some of
sometimes
them
I agree with that.
stupidly over the top. So maybe that's what I
But it
just
kind of reminds me
I,
of like a dumber version of Pulp Fiction.
maybe.
Yes,
Like that's
yes.
what I kept thinking the whole time. Because one, the memorable character names, first off, because let's face it, like Pulp Fiction has some of the most memorable characters too. And like you said, Steven, some of the violence was unnecessary, and then some of like the humiliation stuff. It really did feel like I had to look it up twice to make sure it wasn't a Quentin Tarantino, like he wasn't involved somehow, because
But, but
it just felt like his
But with
movie.
Tarantino, there are moments that clue you in for me that it's more of a comedy.
Mm.
What do they call, a quarter pounder with cheese, in France, that kind of thing. That makes you go, okay, this is supposed to be funny. Everybody laugh now. Okay, we're ready to go. But to me, it just never like you're always talking about Leo's performance, and I think it was great. But I think if you had a dial and you go, okay, what you're doing right now, if you're at 8, go to 9.5, and it would have told me, okay, this is supposed to be funny. But the way it was, I was sort of clued into him being frantic and feeling it as opposed to frantic and playing frantic. You know what I mean? It never really got to that place where I could laugh at it. I was still experiencing it with him. So it never, but again, because, we had to get Lockjaw boned up near the beginning of it, I just was like, what am I looking at here? Really? Am I really going to watch
Well,
that?
speaking of that,
I have to watch him walk around with a boner for like a few minutes and think, really.
Although,
I mean, he is old. That's still pretty impressive.
Let's call a spade a spade. That's a very impressive one that he had there, Stephen. I think you can probably agree with that. That was a very impressive one.
I've seen better.
We all have in the shower. But that being said, speaking of growth, which character do you think had significant growth or transformation in the movie? Look at that transition. This is me doing it for a year. I'm getting good at these transitions, guys. Which character do you guys think has significant growth and or transformations?
Oh, I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Bob.
Because
he went from like.
Well, I think it shows how important a parenthood is to people. It knocks some. It was supposed to. It didn't obviously for Perfidia, but it knocks some sense into you. Like you said, it makes you become responsible to a degree. It's like okay, I got to get my crap together.
Yeah.
I mean, he became a revolutionary because he had the hots for some girl. And then like their parents calling him out, like, you're not anyone. Like, what are you doing here? To like becoming a revolutionary, becoming a bomb maker, to I'm going to now be a parent on the run. And now I'm trying to save my kid from the crazy past. Like, I think he had the most growth in it because of all that stuff.
Yeah. Stephen, do you agree? It's not like you were.
I'll give him that. But for the end of the movie, Perfidia's going to be one of them again. That's what she's heading out to do, is to go do this other resistance movement. So what are you saying? I guess it's one battle after another. That is the title. So she's going to take the next battle. I guess that's it. But so all this that you've done, you've been through all this hell. People have died. You've almost lost each other. And we're just going to keep the cycle going. I mean, what does this movie say?
Well, I don't think they're ever saying they're going to get back together. I think it's their official way of ending it. Basically, is how I took it.
I guess, but again, what?
But to me, I think that shows his growth because he was willing to. What father takes a kid?
See you later. Bye. Go do the. It made me just roll my eyes and go, okay, so we're just going to keep this cycle of violence going. I didn't get it.
Wait, did I miss something? I thought she was just leaving to go do something like kid wise, or is she actually going to do like?
She's going to do something like
the daughter.
Yeah.
Well, I took it more as like she's going to go be like a protester or something.
Meet in Lincoln Park and blah blah blah. I took it as another kind of like.
And maybe she is. Maybe she is. But I don't know.
I think it was ambiguous on purpose.
I think that's the whole point. Yeah, because I didn't take it as like her being Perfidia. You know what I mean?
What her code name is?
I don't know. Willow Wonka.
Batman.
Alrighty, so then now we're gonna move on to the controversial for Mr. James. We're gonna let him go last because he's already angry. Did it deserve to win? For the record, I'm just gonna read a few of these out. I'm not gonna read them all out, but so IMDb gives it a 7.7. Hamnet actually beats it out according to IMDb on a 7.8. Marty Supreme got a 7.7. Sinners got a 7.5. And then Sentimental Value got 7.7. So according to the fans, they got it wrong because Hamnet should have won. Mm-hmm. But Stephen, I know you watched Hamnet, and I think you had to do another one maybe. I can't remember the other one you had to watch. But do you think one battle the other deserved to win, or would you have picked a different movie? Even the one's not even listed, would you have picked?
I would have picked something different. I mean, to me, I just don't get what this movie's trying to say. I get why people liked it. There's some moments I thought it was great. To me, this movie is like the score. The score at times I was like, oh, this is a brilliant score.
It's weird at some points, yeah.
And at times I went, please take the freaking music.
No, I agree. The music was weird at some points too.
Ding, 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 ding. Turn that off. You're driving me bonkers. Like, that was what I kept thinking. And at one point, I swear to God, maybe you two won't get this, but he goes ding 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 ding, and it went da 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 da. He did the Wicked Witch.
Yeah, it's the Wicked Witch. Yeah.
In the middle of it, I was like, the Wicked Witch theme is in here. I was like, is Elmira Gulch going to come up?
That's funny. Is that not funny? Like an homage to it?
I guess, but again, I didn't think anything was funny.
I think it's like this whole Jingle Bell thing, like because it's a Christmas thing. No, I get it. What would you have picked, or do you know? Like, would you have picked Hamnet
Or I picked
or?
Hamnet, or I haven't even seen Sinners, but I would go with Sinners before this. There you go. How's that?
Well,
What about you?
I enjoyed. I'm okay. This movie is gonna be in my heart because I'm glad it beat out Marty Supreme. So I think I'm a little bit
No,
biased
I will
because
biff you on that. Hell
we
yeah.
have to like,
We
yeah,
all agree that nobody
yeah.
wanted
If you
Marty
can put that
Supreme
little
to
punk
win
in his
this year.
place, I'd be happy with that. Yes.
I honestly enjoyed F1, and maybe it's because I'm older now, and at one point I was the star baseball player, and I know it's obviously it's racing, but maybe that's why. But I actually really enjoyed this movie. I was telling James I thoroughly enjoyed this. So I
Oh,
think I'll go with this one just because, as I mentioned in my Oscar ones, F1 reminds me too much of Ford versus Ferrari.
no.
So I will go with this one. I really enjoyed this one a lot because I really thought the characters sold this. The plot's kind of whatever. Like James talked about how it's a running movie, which I agree. It's almost more running than the Chariots of Fire. But I just enjoyed the characters so much. And they were wacky. After that first scene, Stephen, like you mentioned, I thought it kind of dialed down the like over the top sexualness, minus the pegging part. But like other than that, I thought it was, like okay,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
But all right,
My
now the moment everyone's been waiting for.
James,
James,
rip it apart.
go ahead and go on your
Okay,
soapbox, your
this
scorched
is
earth.
this is a movie that we have seen before. Like
Hmm.
Sinners is a different movie. So I will get to Sinners in a second, but I'm going to talk about this for a minute. So like I don't even think this would have been like I think F1 probably was better than this movie. Like and I can't tell you the first thing about Formula 1. But like other than there's a race in Monaco. But this movie is a running movie. We've seen it a million times. What kind of annoys me is last year there was another running movie that won, Anora. Basically, the entire movie is just running, and it's like it's the same like kind of couple movies like in a row with the Oscars. I'm
Hmm.
like, mix it up. Sinners is like a lot different. It is a horror drama that has a lot of different like character growth, deals with a lot of the same issues, um, but does it in a better, what I think in a better way. The music is better. I think the acting is better in this. Michael B. Jordan knocked it out of the park, and I'm glad he won Best Actor. Best Supporting Actor, I will give this movie to Lockjaw because that was phenomenal. However, I think overall, Sinners is like you can. I've seen this movie 3 times, and every time I watch this movie, it just gets old and older and older. Like if there's not a lot of rewatchability, Sinners you can rewatch multiple times and enjoy it. So like I think Sinners is a superior movie, but I am glad like Marty Supreme did lose because if Marty Supreme
God.
won this year, I would have quit the Oscars. Like I just like nope, I can't watch this anymore. Like
Ping
but yeah.
pong movie
So
wins. Here we go,
It's
folks.
table
and I think
tennis, actually, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he
and I
table.
gets
think
he gets so
Sinners
mad when you say ping pong.
Oh gosh,
is
table tennis.
probably one of the best crafted movies in the last 10 years.
You're
But can
playing tennis. Your tennis is ping pong played on the table. That's what tennis is.
right.
Think
So
about
you,
it.
James, so you're saying Center should win? Are
Yeah.
Yeah.
you? Can I ask you? Are you a little bit biased because you're a horror fan, and this is the closest that you'll probably ever get, other than Silence of the Lambs, to winning?
Well, so I am a huge horror fan. Like as people know, like I will go into the movies theaters and watch 2 or 3 in a row. Um, yes, Sinners is probably the best bet we got, and I blame it all the way back to The Exorcist when the Academy did some weird stuff in the background and basically made horror movies a no-go.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's because a lot
but
of times the
no,
plot never makes sense in horror
Sinners
movies.
plot makes
That's what I'm
perfect
saying. That's
sense.
why it's like, yeah, because the one horror movie I've seen the last few years was Get Out, and I thought that was fantastic. I
It is
love
a
the
good
plot in that one.
it is a good
And
movie,
I even
but like
like way back in the day, I even appreciated the Saw movies because they all made sense. They just weren't, oh, there's two dumb blondes making out, let me stab them. No, it was like a whole, like I
Well,
really
that's fun.
enjoyed
That's funny to me. Two
you know,
blondes.
that's the
I
comedy for
mean
Steven.
That's comedy.
I guess we just have to hope Scary Movie 5 wins Best Oscar, Best Picture this
Scary
year.
Movie.
Isn't it
5.
9? Isn't Scary Movie 9? It's not even 5, right?
No, I
Or is
thought
it
it was 5.
Scream
Is it
9?
9?
Or is it Scream 9 that just came out?
No, Scary Movie 5.
No, I'm saying, which
That's
one's the
Scream.
9? Is it Scream 9 or is it Scary Movie
Yeah,
9?
Scream 9.
Okay.
Scream 9.
Scary Movie 5
Okay.
is the one that makes fun of everything.
All right, Sydney.
Now the
Well-
moment everyone's all been waiting for. We have the James Duck Award.
Oh no.
So James,
Okay.
take it away.
Poor
So
Oscar.
this
Great.
ducky goes to everyone's knees
Just
in
put it
this
in your
production.
face.
Everyone's knees in this production because
Knees?
the amount of
Okay.
like all of the running that they have to do, like Sean Penn, who's like, let's face it, older, like he did some crazy running in this.
65.
Yeah, like I'm afraid to run like Sean Penn, and I'm like 38, like 37 or something. Like everyone's knees deserves the ducky this year, this episode, because
The moment when
there
when
was
he's
so
taking
much
Willa
money.
to Avanti and they meet up in that little area or whatever, and he stops the car like 200 yards away. Why don't you drive up to the freaking car? Why are you having to walk 200 yards? Lockjaw, so you can show off
Hollywood.
your body. I was like,
Mm.
stuff like that makes me go, this is just cinematic horse crap, is what this is. You would drive up to the car to put her in the car. You wouldn't park 200 yards
Right.
away and then drag her so she could fight. It was like, again, it was just like, this is cinematic horse crap. But I see what you're saying. The knees, yes. And this is one movie where everybody should, I hope they were wearing their knee pads.
All those ACLs didn't get torn. Shout outs to you. You
Yeah.
get the duck. You get the duck award.
You get the duck knees. You didn't tear.
Well, I'm thankful for that. Well, fellas, that wraps up this episode. If you have made it this far, please do consider subscribing and liking. We do appreciate it. Next week we are back with the top 10. We are going to be doing the top 10 film noirs. And so have those
Can't wait.
ready. And yeah, I know, right? Have those ready. Let us know in the comments how excited you guys are. If you guys have other top 10 lists you want to see, put them in the comments below. Maybe you want to see a top 10 Leonardo DiCaprio movie. We can do that if you guys want.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
But just put it in the comments below. Well, I mean, we've all seen like at least 4 or 5 Leo movies unintentionally.
Maybe.
We've seen 4 on this channel alone, haven't we?
I guess.
Because is he in The Departed or is that Matt Damon?
He is in The Departed.
He's in The Departed, and we've all seen Titanic, and he's in this movie.
Near, far.
And I've seen
wherever
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can's really good too, yeah. And then
I
what?
know.
And then I love him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But anyway, that's it, guys. Appreciate you so much. Like I said, tune in next week. We'll be watching. We'll be going up top 10 film noir. Until next time, this is Chicago Cinephiles signing out.
It's so stuff.